Top story and the question as to whether IEBC commissioners should resign when presented with difficult situations elicited mixed response on Tuesday during the vetting of 4 nominees to the vacant commissioners' slots at the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. While some of the nominees said that they will rather die than leave office, others defended the 4 IEBC commissioners who unceremoniously left IEBC in the heat of the 2017 general elections, insisting that they had no other option. Our reporter David Mudoka begins our broadcast tonight.
Shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
The quest to fill the gaps at the IEBC top brass entered its penultimate phase on Tuesday, with all 4 nominees whose names were forwarded to Parliament earlier this month by President Uhuru Kenyatta appearing before the National Assembly Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs in turns for vetting. It did not take long before the hard questions were fielded to all 4 by the Muturi Kigano-led committee, which sought to find out whether they would stay put in office if appointed, should things threaten to or get out of hand during the 2022 general election. The question coming against the backdrop of the resignation of 4 IEBC commissioners in the heat of the previous general elections, a move that left the IEBC with just 2 commissioners and Chairperson Wafula Chebukati, while nominees Juliana Cherera, Francis Wanderi and Justus Abonyo slammed their predecessors over what they termed as putting their personal interest ahead of public interest. Irene Masit defended ex-commissioners Roslina Kombe, Margaret Mwachanya, Connie Maina and Paul Kurgat, stating that they had their reasons to part ways with the poll agency.
I have people skills. And with this vetting and looking at the way of my personal interest and the interest of the public, I will go for the interest of the public.
Those of us who love this nation should be here, sort out our problems here, instead of going to shout about our problems elsewhere.
But do you have what it takes? That is the question that Kenyans are asking, Mr. Nyang'aya. Please respond.
Yes, I do have the balls.
I think before anyone resigns in any job, there must be reasons behind.
Raise your voice.
There must be reasons behind.
The 4 nominees further went on a charm offensive in front of the committee that put them to task to explain whether they fit the bill. While Juliana Cherera told the committee that her skills as the Mombasa County Chief Accounting Officer would be an asset for IEBC, Francis Wanderi said that having contested for the Kieni parliamentary seat, he would provide practical solutions to the perceived differences between the IEBC and some of its stakeholders, such as the political class. On the other hand, Justus Abonyo said that his experience at Amnesty International will help regain public trust in IEBC.
As a fan of football, you know how good players can play while they're in the field, but now that I'm going to be in the field, I think I will take that with me.
However, nominee Irene Masit, who took part in the Jubilee primaries for the Elgeyo Marakwet Women Representative seat in 2017, found herself at pains to explain if she legally qualified for approval at a time when the law disqualifies anyone who seeks a commissioner position at the IEBC if they vied for an elective seat within a 5-year period. All eyes will now be on the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, which bears the final verdict. With one more hurdle still left for the 4 nominees, they will be hoping that the Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs will put in a good word for them before the entire Parliament, which is set to debate on the suitability of the 4 to hold office. Should the Parliament give all 4 the nod, they will then have 7 days to be appointed into office by President Uhuru Kenyatta. David Mudoka, TV 47, Nairobi.